active crime scene, the site at which this hit-and-run accident occurred last night, resulting in the deaths of 3 young men, by far the most serious incident after 2 days of looting and rioting, and which has resulted in some 303 arrests by the West Midlands Force. 1 man is in custody, and this is a murder inquiry here at this site, as Jeremy Cook reports.
After the chaos, the tragedy. 3 young Asian men on the streets to stop the looting run down. Eyewitnesses say this was a hit and run. The car did not stop.
A car came flying, a bunch of lads were standing there, come flying, took out 3 of the guys, were flying into midair, landed, and this gone up. That's it. 6-7 seconds, it was all over. And 3 of our boys basically were not going to survive, and in hospital.
In shock, the Asian community gathered at the local hospital where their friends had been taken. Then confirmation of the news they've been dreading. And with it, grief and anger. It's been a night here when violent disorder has given way to something perhaps even more serious. This community was already feeling under siege. Now it is dealing with tragedy. Today the police have been highly visible. A murder inquiry is underway. But for the Asian community here, this is all too late. They say a police presence on the streets last night would have meant that their young men would have stayed at home. When he was younger, 21 Haroon was one of those who died.
He was trying to help his community, and he's been killed. He was very well liked.
One of the other boys.
He was. I can't describe to anyone what it feels like to lose your son.
The police insist that they are doing their best in the most difficult circumstances.
I want to assure you that there are sufficient police available on the streets to do that job, and that any sense of people going out onto the streets to protect themselves is really a misguided and hugely unhelpful thing to do.
There's no doubt that the police here have been at full stretch with overnight looting in Birmingham, West Bromwich and Wolverhampton. And in Nottingham, still more violence, with a police station under petrol bomb attack. Jeremy Cook, BBC News, Birmingham. But it's fair to say the atmosphere across Birmingham, certainly in the parts of the city that have seen the worst of the looting and the rioting, is very tense indeed. And that's something that the police and community leaders have had to work with and have had to try and do their best to calm the nerves and fears of those people trying to reduce those tensions.
I think his wife
the chief
was the one who's
West
pregnant.
Midlands, Chris Sims, acknowledged at a press conference today.
Shortly after 1 o'clock, a group of males has been gathered near to a petrol station on the W Road. We believe that they were predominantly Asian males. At some point, and in circumstances that as yet I can't fully explain, a vehicle has been driven into that group of males, which tragically has led to 3 of those men losing their lives. Again, those victims come from the Asian Muslim community of Birmingham. 1 man has been arrested. He's been arrested for murder because the information at the moment would support the idea that the car was
No.
and you'll understand that
No,
there is now a complicated
this happened after
investigation
Tarawih.
that has begun and will continue.
Obviously, when you
Is in full truth of exactly what's going on.
Well, of course, when you're talking about the loss of life, it is impossible. What all of this trouble has placed upon the city of Birmingham and those in West Bromwich and Wolverhampton because of these troubles. But the Chamber of Commerce believes that something like £7 million has been lost across the community
because of businesses which have been ransacked, looted and destroyed, and those which have simply had to close